Have you got your recording thing on the crap?
Yeah.
Off-farm income is important. It takes the pressure off, having an off-farm income. We don't have to rely on here on the farm. And farming is a unique business that there's probably, it's not a lot of businesses have. The weather is something that's totally out of our control. And so we can be the best farmers in the world and do all the best practices and everything, but a prolonged drought, it doesn't matter how good you are, you need rain. So having an off-farm income is another avenue that just helps to balance.
The actual coffee shop it's called Kill for a Cuppa. It was a slaughterhouse, so it's a happy place. It's very much a happy place. It's full of good vibes, bright colours, lots of things to see, lots of things that people can try.
The drought affects everyone. It's not, the people on the land, absolutely, but if they haven't got money, we haven't got money. Business, I've got a little business. Judy's Browsing. This is my 37th year. I've been in the business. I sell fishing gear and camping gear, and we get a lot of the cockies come in because we've got a sex shop. But no, they don't buy. We don't tell anyone who buys anything, but it is hard on the businesses in town too. It goes right across the board, and I'd like to get politicians and other people out here to see how bad it is when you've got to pull stock out of dams and kill them and to put them out of their misery, and to see how bad business is and businesses closing down.
So I was actually raised in Morven. My mother and my grandmother came out here in 1928, so we're probably a pretty strong line of independent country women. Pig-headed would be a good way to describe us to survive the drought, that's for sure. I went to Quilpie for 22 years, mainly wool classing, and then I started Gidgee Smith. We found out that I was pregnant with my fourth child, and decided that I'd had enough of wool classing and it was time to come home. So basically started making bags. It was something I wanted to do for the kids. They needed saddlebags and they needed swags, and then somebody seen them. It's kind of gone on from there. 16 years later, we're still going.
Well, there's been a lot of farmers have to go off farm to get employment to keep the household running, and let me tell you, there's 10 times more expenses than there is income. So people have gone off the farm to get jobs like driving graders or whatever the case may be, and that is happening more and more all the time. And I'm just, there's a proposal that we will probably have a solar farm out here in Charleville, and to listen to the people that are coming to take that forward, that they'll employ 200 people for 18 months and then a further 20 people for full time. So I'm hoping that comes to fruition.
I think it's always something that you need to have in your back pocket to be able to rely on, because there is, the ever looming possibility that you won't be successful at your business, and so you need to have something else to fall back on.
A lot of farmers' wives are taking up jobs in the town just to supplement the income, because it's not enough.
I think as running a business in the bush, you have to have a social media and web presence. There's no two ways about it. As far as the business goes, you can be anywhere in the world and run a business on Facebook or the internet. And we would be dead in the water without our social media, without any doubt whatsoever. So there's so many young career-based women that are coming out west, and they marry young locals, but they can still operate a business from town, which is just fantastic because it makes them feel like they're worth something. They're contributing to the family. And people say, I've often heard people say, well, that lady doesn't work on the land. She doesn't help her husband. Well, to survive the bush, you could be the person that's actually running an internet business from your home.
The internet's very important for my business because we need high-speed internet for our rural business.
We've had state development out here doing some education to our businesses to show them, you know, how easy it is to sell their products online. So I think we probably need to be getting very serious about that, so then we don't lose business. You know, like all our businesses need to probably have their products online.
They sugarcoat it a lot. We have lots of black spots in the area. I know our local council's trying to overcome some of that. We have a very slow upload and download process. I'm very, very scared when the NBN comes on, because if it's not a sufficient service, my business is just going to stop.
This is our big problem. I mean, I can run a social media page, that's no problem. I've got Bush Kids, it's got over 40,000 followers, 44,000 followers, but it's a website and keeping your stock fresh and up there and that constant engagement like that, that's where I have a lot of trouble, or we have a lot of trouble. I keep saying to these girls, we should learn how to run that website.
We have no mobile phone reception. Well, you could go and walk up onto Mount Howe. You get one bar up there. Mount Howe is a little mountain on us, and it takes the kids about an hour and a half to walk to the top of this Mount Howe. And I'm not walking up there, sorry, not for one bar on a phone. But that's the extent of mobile coverage. It's more or less non-existent.
So my internet connection is woeful. I can very rarely get enough to load. Even my accounting program is a struggle at the moment. So we do have a mobile phone booster on our roof, and it does cut in and out. So if it's a windy day or anything like that, we won't have mobile service.
On my farm, I have struggled with internet connection. I think it's just a positional thing. I know that a couple of places along the Warrego Highway between Wallumbilla and Roma, there's black spots where we get no service. But I think overall, it's not insurmountable. You know, if I come to Roma 3 times a week, I can access internet services here. If I go to Yulba, the council library, I can access internet services there for free. So I suppose I've learned to adapt.
We have a mobile service. A lot of people have gone on to NBN, which they say is rubbish.
The NBN connection, when we first purchased the property and moved there, it did take me probably a good couple of months to get it all sorted out and get the connection done.
My phone can be sitting on my desk beside me and it might go straight to messages.